Sweet.
Looking good.
Yeah, I'll sit for a second. I'll stand for a second before we get to it. How's everybody doing? Awesome. Awesome.
Are you gonna sit at any time?
I might. Yeah, I might. I might. It's okay that I sit? Stand?
Yeah. No, just
Yeah,
you
you-
mind?
whatever
You
you-
mind?
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I wanted to
Look,
stand,
it
but
looks good. We got the image, but then the audio will be crap.
all
The mic
right. Oh
will
yeah,
go
yeah.
down, so,
That's good. We don't want that. That's not bad.
Well, Kevin, talk about the guard that you got on, man. What inspired you to get into it?
I came last year for the Khabib fight, and we ended up going. Me, Henry, and Kamaru Usman. We ended up going to watch the fights with the Prince. I don't know which one, the name, but they greeted us. They treated us like family. It was awesome. I mean, we went to some property out in Abu Dhabi, and sure enough, first thing we got there, they put this on us, and they also said, hey, there's going to be a tailor coming in, and he's going to get your measures, and he's going to give you another one. And so they gave us like 2 or 3 of these.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was a great gift.
It's all right being back, man. It's been about 9 months since you had a chance to fight.
Oh, wow.
Now it's back in fight week. What's the feeling like for you right now?
Yeah, no, I'm actually in a really good place, mentally and physically, which really wasn't the case for my last 2 fights. I'm not putting in any excuses. There's a lot of things that go behind the scenes for a lot of fighters, but that's in the past. It's neither here nor there, and so now I'm in a good place mentally, physically. Man, I feel really good coming into this fight.
Physically, of course, you just gotta let your body heal up, right? Nothing you can do about that. But mentally, how do you get recharged, refocused? Because I remember you saying last time you just kind of weren't really into it. So What happened that you could go, no, this is what I love. This is what I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, it was just some personal stuff going on behind the scenes in my life, and we eliminated that aspect, and man, I feel like a resurgence in me, and I really enjoyed the process for this camp, which really hasn't been the case in the past. And waking up, training, and dieting, and losing the weight, I enjoyed every single day of this process, and so I'm in a good place mentally, physically, bro. I'm ready to go.
It's awesome here. I know what a competitive person you are. So the losses, I mean, you're talking about world-class competition. You're fighting the best in the world. But, I mean, have those setbacks, have they weighed heavy on you? You've been, like, kind of sulking a little bit over those?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, last year I was supposed to fight in February for the title, and in my head I was going to be the world champion, and then that didn't happen, and fought in April, lost, fought in November and lost, and so yeah, it did play a little bit of, I think I did go through a little bit of depression. I gained like 30 pounds, and I had an injury and had to recover from that, and so I had to battle some demons in my off time, and you know what? I battled them, I conquered them, and here I am, man, ready to go.
Nice. Talk about the matchup you have here. I mean, you've been at the top of the division for a while. Is this somebody that you had your eye on at all? Were you watching his career as he's developing? I know hasn't quite gotten to where you have yet.
Jack's one of those guys that I've had my eye on now because he's a skilled guy, he's a highly ranked guy, and I think it's perfect for me. It's for me to start climbing up the ranks again.
Yeah, last question for me, I was going to ask you about that. I mean, are you talking about ranks and titles? I mean, are you thinking about that at all, or do you feel like it's more just, getting back and getting results? Or are you thinking about what's the path to get me back to that title shot?
That's always I'm always on that mindset. My mindset is on a mission for gold, always. And so, yes, I'm always thinking about what's the path that'll take me to the title. And first up on the list is Jack Hermanson, and I got a little hit list, so he's up next. He's up first.
Kelvin, let's talk about that hit list. I think anyone who watched you against Darren Till would admit that probably wasn't your best performance, and you looked a little off that night. It's one thing to lose, right, in a competitive fight against Israel or something, but it's another thing to lose when you're not your best. Is that a fight you want to get back because of that reason?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I wanted a rematch before. I lost to guys like Neil Magny. I lost to Tyron Woodley. And I felt like, maybe I'd like to have a rematch with those guys. But the feeling that I got after fighting Till, I've never wanted a rematch anymore than I want that. I would love to run that back. All respects to Darren Till. He had a great, phenomenal game plan that night and beat me fair and square. But anybody that knows me, anybody that knows my style, and that has seen me in my fights in the past, knows that that wasn't me fighting at 100%. And so I'd love to be able to run it back.
Is it a weird feeling seeing him fight Robert Whittaker next week? Because if you'd have beaten him, you could have finally got that Whittaker fight. Is it just kind of a little extra chip on the shoulder?
No, not weird at all, because, I mean, the results are what they are. I lost to Till. He gets to fight the #1 guy in the division now. And I just got to work my way back up. You know, I'm not the guy that makes excuses or say this isn't fair. You know, I'm willing to work my way back up.
When you talk about getting better mentally, was there something you had to change in your life or your behavior, or was it just need time? You just needed time to sort of miss the sport and get back into it?
I think it was a combination of things. Needed some to fix some things in my personal life, also in my professional life, and also time to heal. You know, and I think it was a combination of all those things. And you know, this pandemic was kind of a blessing in disguise, because I was able to work through those things, and here I am on the other side. You know, I know a lot of people are at home or are going through worse things than I ever was, you know, and going through their own personal battles, and here I am on the other side. I worked through my own personal demons, and I'm okay.
Last thing from me, you know, you're saying you feel great physically, spiritually, mentally. When you feel that good, right, you want to stay active. So is there a concept in your mind of like beat Jack, turn around quickly, try and get back in the cage and get a real momentum going?
Yeah, it's all about momentum, guys, and I want to be able to get back on that momentum. And yes, I do want to be able to, you know, depending on what happens in the fight, I do want to make a quick turnaround.
I will have a quick one. I think you were the only fighter that I saw actually training in the octagon by the beach with Cordeiro. So if you can answer the question that fans are claiming for, is it really impossible to fight by the beach outside of the
yeah, it's way too hot, and right? It's way too hot, and the conditions are not right. Absolutely no. You know, there's too much mist in there. I don't know what's in the air there, but it's not, the conditions to fight by the beach in open air is not right. You know, although fans would have liked to see it, I would have liked to. I mean, I love being by the beach, but to fight in it, I don't think it's the right conditions.
Kelvin, how do you see the styles matching with Jack? How do you see this fight going?
With Jack?
Yeah.
You know what? He's a tough dude. He presents a lot of problems. You know, he's got good striking, and then he's got really good wrestling. And you know, these guys, the only guy that has beat me was Weidman. I mean, that has finished me is Weidman, and he finished me with his wrestling and his jiu-jitsu. So, I mean, I would say if anybody is looking at my weaknesses, I mean, it'd be a big, strong wrestler like Weidman. And so, you know, he presents some problems. But at the same time, at this point, I mean, I've seen it all. I've done it all. And I mean, anything that he brings to the table, I believe I'm ready for.
You said that you visualize what you have to do to get for the title again. In your head, is this a fight to make a statement or just to get back to the win column?
Absolutely. I got to make a statement. You know, and I'm looking for self-validation in this fight. After losing 2 in a row, I've never in my life had that happen, and I'm just at this point looking for self-validation, and I'm looking to kind of separate myself from the pack at this point.
The best way to win these fights, is it winning by knockout?
It's you know what? I just hope on Monday that people are going to be talking about it.
Cool.
Thank you.